Taking a morning walk with...
I use all the names. Melinda, Miriam, Shalom, Mindy.
That's
There's
right.
all different levels of our neshama, and I have a name for each level.
This woman wrote so many beautiful books. But one in particular that I,
for 20 years,
once a month, study your book. When I met Julia Cameron and I said, I've been learning the artist's way for 20 years. And she went, what?
Which
Women,
book?
Kabbalah of the Months.
Oh, I improved that book.
There's no way you could improve that book. But
I know that's what everybody said who loved that book. That was my most popular book. But now it's been improved, and it's called Living in the Divine Flow.
Oh, well, we're definitely living in the divine flow here.
Every month has a spiritual opportunity to grow and to flow with the energy that's coming down.
Wouldn't it be great if we talked a little bit about light that's in the world, because it feels like there's so much darkness.
In the darkest of times, the light is even stronger. It's a time that it's so easy to plug into the light.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was learning yesterday with Ahuva New about the actual issue with why people can't stand the Jewish people. This is really for anybody who is in any sort of religion that is loving and peaceful, which is what ours is.
Universal.
Exactly. Syrian Greeks of the time, not the Greeks today, but the Syrian Greeks pushed out, killed, and harmed so many Jewish people. Their motive was that they didn't want to be told that there was something supernatural in the world. They only wanted, quote unquote, rational thinking. If the Jews wanted to sing a little bit or light a candle for someone's yahrzeit or eat a certain kind of food, they were like, okay, no problem. But as soon as they said they wanted to bring their practice outside, they'd have things like a meditation and contemplate God, or they would talk about how miraculous things were, that had a baby after having several miscarriages. And that's when the Greeks freaked out and they said no. The Syrian Greeks said, you're not allowed to bring it outside, just keep it in your head. That is what Judaism is. It's constantly bringing out that there's miracles in every moment.
That the mind is not the ultimate.
It's limited.
It's limited. The mind has to serve the soul.
But even the mind comes from Hashem, comes from God. Right. And they couldn't take it, similar to Hitler. And the Syrian Greeks, in terms of our enemies, they were actually very simple, and they were not cruel necessarily.
Well, they didn't want to kill all the Jews.
They didn't. They just wanted us to stop practicing.
They just not to take their religion so seriously. Okay, if they viewed the Torah as literature, but not as prophetic word. Alexander the Great wanted to come into Jerusalem. The chief rabbi, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, went out to greet him, fully dressed in his...
The 12 stones on top.
The garments.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an unbelievable story. When he saw him, he bowed. He got down on his knees before the chief rabbi.
Wow.
And people said, Alexander, how can you do this? The emperor, you conquered the world. And he said, before I would conquer, I would say a prayer. In the face of this rabbi, the Kohen Gadol appeared before him.
When he would pray, the Kohen Gadol.
Yeah, so when he saw him, he freaked out. He said, wow. And so there was this tremendous love affair between Greeks and the Jews. They loved each other tremendously. When Alexander the Great was alive, when he left this world, the kingdom was divided. The next ruler was not so favorable, was frightened by Judaism.
Right.
But initially, Jews that loved Greek culture, and we call them Hellenists.
Right, but this is what I speak to on my podcast, See One Beautiful Soul. It's so important. Like, people are like, well, in the name of religion, people have been killed. That's somewhat true, but way more people have been killed because of atheism, because of Hitler, Mussolini, these Assyrian Greeks who didn't have God. They didn't have Christianity. Christianity came 200 years after Jesus, which was like 300 years after Hanukkah. So why is this so important? Because when you have a belief system like Judaism, or what I believe Judeo-Christian values are today, they're very peaceful, they're very loving, and they are the bedrock. The 7 Noahide laws are the bedrock of having a society that works. Otherwise, it's chaos, and you have leaders that might be interested in having freedom of religion, but then you're going to have leaders right after Alexander the Great that are like, no, that's threatening to my kingdom or my tyranny. So
to my power.
To my power.
The struggle that we still face today.
Happy Hanukkah.